Leaders are attracted to problems. They view issues and conflicts that stymie and repel others as interesting puzzles to be solved. They lean into dilemmas rather than lean back. Such attraction doesn't mean leaders can solve problems instantly, but they aren't intimidated by them. They don't experience despair or helplessness when they encounter a difficult problem or regard it as intractable. In Character Above All, Doris Goodwin Kearns describes Franklin Delano Roosevelt as this type of leader. FDR was a confident problem solver, decision maker. Eleanor said this of her husband, "I have never known a man who gave one a greater sense of security. I never heard him say there was a problem he thought it was impossible for human beings to solve." Parshat Miketz, this week's Torah reading, offers us a glimpse of this problem-solving capacity in Yosef. Joseph was a dreamer, but his salvation and that of his family actually came through dream interpretation. No one else had the confidence, expertise, or temerity to help Pharaoh understand his inner confusion. As the verse says, "And Pharaoh said to Joseph, I've had a dream, but no one can interpret it. Now I've heard it said of you that for you to hear a dream, tishma chalom, is to tell its meaning." Word traveled quickly about Joseph's abilities. Deborah Ancona and Hal Gregerson, in their article, "The Power of Leaders Who Focus on Solving Problems," from Harvard's Business Review, studied leaders who were problem solvers to identify common threads in their behaviors and dispositions. Most striking, they conclude, is that none of these leaders has any expectation that they'll attract followers personally by dint of their charisma, status in a hierarchy, or access to resources. Instead, their method is to get others excited about whatever problem they have identified as ripe for a novel solution. These leaders pursue their own deep expertise and bring others along for the ride, seeking out talent and the kind of team that can take on complex issues. They got better by engaging in increasingly complicated work. Joseph's skill at dream interpretation later spilled over into governance, where many of the same tools were required: careful observation, listening, analysis, strategic vision, and execution. Joseph was widely respected because he was a man of conviction. He was more than a problem solver. He was a problem solver who gave God the credit. So what's the hardest problem you've ever solved? How did you solve it? And who got the credit?